thingies, drivers across them, so that's a way. Anyway, is it smooth? I don't know. Like, there we go. It has detected brainwaves, so I actually exist now. Wow, it looks really awkward when you're looking up at OBS like that. And again, I don't have any brainwaves apparently. Why? Is it on my ear properly? The scanner's here behind the headband, which also helps hold them in place, hence why I got it. Yeah, seems smooth enough on the stream about, at least, so my low bitrate television quality HD appears to be doing its job. It's only television quality HD though, which doesn't exactly say a lot because, you know, television is low quality content. I try and do high quality content, but I don't have the internet for it. Now, I'm going to have to do some more background line art. I don't know what size we're working with though. I think this is 7.5 for the wall. So if I just check that, yes, that matches up. So the next stage down would be to go to 4. I'll try and let these turn off and on again. You know, it would have to be when I start streaming they don't work. I've been sat down doing art before and they have actually worked. They do work. It's just they seem to start working whenever they feel like it. Ooh, I'm putting out more bitrate than OBS supposedly is putting out. I put 3500 kilobits per second. It's doing more than that. I don't know what's going on there, but it's doing more. I'm also using 30 FPS. I figured it would be better than 24 because it's actually divisible by the 60 of my monitors, so yeah. And the internet hasn't let me down yet. It appears to be smooth. Like, it's not saying I've got a bad connection or anything. I could even try turning the bitrate up, but I'm not being too eager to do that, as I've tried that before and things have gone wrong. So we need the kind of moss effect here. We're going to do that. Now, you see, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get it to look somewhat like this. Like, it's obviously a degraded, worn world from my story. We've got the weapons of mass protection because the gun companies basically won the land, or they did win the land before society collapsed in on itself. I'm quite happy with the colours, but I'm obviously going to need to do some more texture once I have finished the colours, and I do not know where my mouse pointer is. I do apologise for that. There we go. I also have a key dial. I could just use a key dial and everything would get a lot easier if I did use my little key dial, which is on the left, with its own mouse pad and everything, but I'm not using it. Again, see if I can do it. I might have to stand up to try and get it to connect. I do not know why it is like that, but it does not like me sitting down. Maybe because I've had music on before, maybe that would actually be enough to trigger them to have a reaction. So, since I did forget, actually, when I first started the stream, like a complete nincompoop, I'm going to start this. hitting myself in the eye. What has happened to the music? I don't know. Just nothing. Something's happened here, but I supposedly got a good connection and everything. No, it just stops at audio tracks and okay. Decided it's unavailable. Well, I'm having barn dance. You can't stop me having barn dance. Oh, I'm searching in videos, I think. There we go. Search or filter library. Well, I don't have any specific barn dance videos, but you know. Barn dance time. Hopefully this will be I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's the microphone. Yeah, the microphone's connected. So that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. I did make another parody actually as well. Although it's more recent, so... Oh. Okay, I tried to just switch the audio device on OBS to the same thing. Yeah. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Seems like ages since I bothered to do any work. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. But I had it muted on my YouTube playback. That's not gonna help matters. I wouldn't even be able to tell a thing through there now if it's got no sound. Yeah, life's better now. I was in hospital, which is when I drew this main character, and then when I got out, I moved it over to a PC, and now I'm doing the background. I mean, it is weird how it's working though. Like, I don't know. All I did was I assigned. I've got this Rode Podcaster, which has been a good mic to me. But for some reason, it was assigned to mic or aux, as it's called, on OBS. And that just wasn't working at all. But I have audio input capture too. Now, I unmuted that and I assigned it to that. Somehow it's working. It shouldn't. Also, I'm kind of brain dead apparently because I'm not standing up. Like, these ears work when I stand up for some bizarre reason. And then they just die on me when I try and sit down. Hopefully it can latch on, and yeah, now it's done it, see? Stop bleeping at me and actually recognise they have a brain somewhere in there. I think it's just a tiny brain and it tips forwards when I stand up. That's my only theory. Oh dear. I don't know. It's just I do enjoy my artwork when I get to do it. Because I've got some crazy setup here. Like I've got more speakers on my desk than I have an actual PC. My PC takes about half as much space as the speakers, which are connected to a 5-disc changer mini hi-fi from the early 2000s because reasons. It also has a cassette player. All important cassette player. Oh yeah. I remember those days. I mean, the funny thing is, if you remember that song I made, I fully manipulated the fact that I was 17 years old. I fully manipulated such a fact by saying I'm a kid. Because I could get away with it back then, since anyone under 18 is legally a child. I knew that back then, and I manipulated it to my will. And no one could do anything about it because it was true. And I don't know where my ears are, over in another room, which is inconvenient. My static ears. I'm going to have to turn these off. They're not working right now, unfortunately. When they work, they are a very fun idea and they move and everything. For some reason, it just doesn't like me sitting down. Yeah, good times. I mean, I wrote another song as well. It weren't very good, but it was Casualty When There's Injury and it's on TV. It was a pretty bad one though. I wrote that when 19, I think. Yeah. But my more recent one, I just did a really anti-love song version of She's Always a Woman, because, you know, There's always these songs about like groveling to a woman and oh she's perfect, and I'm like, well, yeah. I've never been into dating, not for my whole life, probably never will be. I love my work, I guess. So yeah, that's where I live. I live for my work, my writing and all that. This character being a part of a story. She was never supposed to be the summoned hero, but she pushed him out the way. And she hates comb-overs. I guess all the more convenient that she was summoned by a comb-over cult. Yeah, and she does shave her hair off. Because to her, yeah, she truly hates comb-overs, and it's an entirely justified purpose. And she loves surströmming, which, if you know, it's very stinky fish in a tin. Yes, I write as insane as I did back then, but that's just who I am. You know, it's best to just follow your heart. If you don't, you're stuck in the tedium of misery. Okay. I have some, actually have some black ears somewhere that go on here, because you can change the ears. I had to import them from Japan though, because yes, you could never get them in the UK. But I have my means and I have my ways. I also have an Android flip phone, but not one of those Samsung ones with like 2 screens. It's actually a flip phone. It looks like it was made in about 2008 or something, but it has a full touch screen, a 480p touch screen, and 2 gigabytes of RAM and Android 7. It's an incredible thing, especially when a load of 512 gigabyte SD card in there. The thing is, I can't hear any music now. Have I messed this up? Like, I should be hearing music. Properties. It's on default, okay. So if I go with wherever the Rode is, headphones Rode Podcaster V2, there we go. Hopefully this will work, because now it's feeding the audio through that. Is this working? I can hear the windows open, which is concerning actually. Like nothing's coming out. Okay, it's not showing anything on OBS either. Right, I'm gonna try the same old trick that I did before. Active, okay. It says it's active, but it's apparently not active, and I don't understand what's going on. OBS is just confusing me at this point. I wonder if I can change mic or aux. If this works, I will be astounded, because it shouldn't work. But then it shouldn't have worked what I tried before, and it just did. Who knows why? Things are crazy in this world. Anyway, you'll see I've started drawing the moss stuff here, and I can just eyedropper that colour, so I use the same colour, but hopefully it's going to be a bit less flat coloured in the future. Right, so we'll go properties. Line in. I don't know. Rightio. I guess it's time to return the headphones to the hi-fi, because I cannot think of a better thing to do. There's the lovely disc sounds. Yeah. Hopefully this works. That's going to go up. That's going to go off. I'm going to change the properties to this, so it goes through the... I think it's digital audio. I've got like a digital to analog converter, so it actually goes in the back of a hi-fi. I'm still getting nothing. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'm just being truly stupid. Yeah, you can see right here. Maybe, well, you can see a bit of it. I have got it set to headphones Rode Podcaster. Obviously, it's not going to go through the digital optical output on my sound card. If that's the case, I don't know. And I shouldn't leave the pen just lying on the graphics tablet like that. It's generally not that good for when you're trying to control stuff. Ooh, I had 2 views at one point. Such luxury for me. Not anymore though. I mean, my own professionalism probably scared them off. Not I can blame them. Oh dear, what have I done? I've done something truly stupid on OBS by the looks of it. Oh yes. I'm going to be changing this live because I'm crazy enough to do that. That should do the trick. Yeah, there's just the play thingy wasn't correct. All this alignment I've got to do before it's working. Yeah, I mean, things are going okay. Some people it takes like 10 minutes before they even start streaming. So even though I'm troubleshooting at this point, at least, you know, I'm not doing necessarily the worst of everything. I don't know. My old 8th generation i7 is still only using 1.7% CPU apparently. That's going well. I mean, you know, I've had this processor since new. Can you believe it? At that point, like, I think the 9th gen was coming out or something, so I got it cheaper. And there was all that mining craze that it was cheaper to get a PC with a decent graphics card than to buy a graphics card by itself. I also sold my Radeon 7 and got like £400 more than I bought it for, which is a thing. Because of the mining craze and everything, yeah. Like a 16GB high-ish end graphics card would always fetch a good amount of money. But just the fact it had gone up by like, I don't know, 50+% was craziness. And someone did buy it like fairly shortly after I'd listed it, so I thought, hey, this is a bit of a high price, but no, someone bought it. And it didn't even have to wait ages for that either. Rightio, so we've got these layers. I'm just still not hearing anything. Not well, yeah, I can hear myself because the earphones aren't completely insulating me, but still. Let's see for genres. Let's see, there we go. Let's try these ones. Ah yes, it's coming through on my end. I'm gonna have to just temporarily check on here it's working. So it's coming through my earphones. Ah yes, it's coming through on my end. I think I'm gonna turn it up a bit in OBS because it's obviously like really quiet, but there we go. That should do the job, about minus 35 decibels. And I've completely lost my place, but it's okay, doesn't matter. Alright then, we should be getting somewhere now. Let's try the ears, maybe I'll be graced with even better luck. There goes my pen. No, still don't want to read my brainwaves. Yeah, it's just not... I think it was a SpongeBob episode. He just has his head rolling about all over the place. That's what I feel like right now. There is actually this person on YouTube, and they make all kinds of like weird SpongeBob videos based on whatever memes come out in whatever Asian country they're from. I can't remember, but yeah, it's like whatever happens to end up being popular over there, they somehow make it a SpongeBob video. It's crazy. There was also a person who makes AMVs, and they seem to be obsessed with General Grievous from Star Wars. Ah, the things you learn as you get older. Still going to need to line this up, I think. Yeah, that's probably affecting my drawing, but I think that line's okay. Despite the unforeseen consequences, I might actually get a good stream out today. If only I could play Tom Lehrer, but it's apparently copyrighted, even though he put his own music in the public domain. Now, because I'm using vector layers, I should be able to resize this and it'll look okay. I mean, I can always polish over the colours a bit later, which aren't vector layers. But best to do it now before it's too far gone into the shading and everything. So, average, yeah, how long is it? Oh, I've apparently been streaming for a lot longer than I thought I was. Half an hour or something, I don't know. Yeah, I should be putting my hands to actually use drawing and stuff. Well, let's give these another try. I really do want to show them working, because when they work, it's so incredible. But yeah, I think I don't have any brainwaves at the moment, so that's the thing. Just try tweaking that. See here, one on. Appears to be so. So why isn't this working? Yes, I will eventually find this. So edit, change image resolution. We want the big sizes. 1200 DPI. Total lunacy, but not that I care. Come on, old thing, you can do it. Does look like a school computer, mainly because that's what it is. It is a school computer that I just crammed a load of higher end parts into. Oh dear, but I still love it anyway. I've got like every upgrade. I've got the card reader as well. Yeah, there you see, the colours are a bit messed up, but I can always dive in and like perfect them later, so it's not really going to matter. Oh yeah, if you've got notifications on, it will come up. Yeah, my ears are still not wanting to work. I guess I'm completely brain dead, so... Oh yeah, I remember those times. Playing that song. I mean, I just made that for myself. Because, as I say, it was like... Roger Hodgson supposedly woke breakfast in America when he was 17, and I was like, I'm not going to be outdone. I'm gonna do the same thing you did. but better. The funny thing is, it's still relevant. Like, the joke about Windows Vista and everything, it's still so relevant. Because Windows Vista is still known as, like, a joke operating system. Mind you, you can't stick the taskbar on the side. Like, you won't see it here, but I've got the taskbar, like, up the right-hand side. I've got my browser tabs up the left-hand side. Helps compensate the widescreen monitors a bit, and I love that. I mean, YouTube is sometimes weird with notifications, though. I don't know. So maybe if you have notifications off, it's sent you one anyway. I just, you know, I just felt like doing a stream again. It's been ages, so I thought I would finally dust off the old beast and let it stream. Might as well show the speakers. And no, I don't want to break my expensive television, which I'm using as a monitor. So basically, I've got these little speakers, two-way speakers on the top, bi-amped with those Sony ones for the bass. So it's collectively a 5-way pair of speakers, but done on the cheap. I paid like, I don't know, probably £30 for the whole thing or something, plus a bit for cabling. It sounds amazing though. Now I've got it properly like wired in there and there's no interference or anything. It just sounds incredible. Like the people nowadays who buy Amazon Alexas and stuff, they spend a lot more money and they don't know what they're missing out on. And then you have, on the other side of things, you have my TV, which is quite an expensive TV, but it's got an incredibly good speaker cell built in. You don't need a soundbar. Like, it's that well sorted. Sounds almost like a hi-fi in itself. So we're going to go to the background colour. Oh. Have I done something truly, truly stupid? Yes, I have. I've done something incredibly stupid. So I'm going to have to undo these. Then I'm going to have to resize it again. We're going to resize. Change image resolution. I don't want 5000 by 4000. I had to do that on the tablet though because it's got 3 GB of RAM, not 128 GB, which are stuck in a machine which supposedly supports 64. I put double that in and it works perfectly. Same as my old ThinkPad actually. That only supports 4 GB officially, but you can put 8 GB in, no problems at all. I think some old Apple eMacs are the same too. You can put a lot more, a lot more RAM in. Like they officially max out 1 GB, but you can put 2 in. I've not got an eMac, not at this point in time at least, but you know, it is one of those known things about them. I do kind of want an eMac, not gonna lie, it's the only Apple product I actually like. So theoretically, I want like 10 times the size of this, don't I? Because although 40 sounds ridiculous, I'm gonna try it. See it. Indeed, it does line up. So just multiplying it by 10 in the same way the canvas has been multiplied by 10 appears to work. And I mean, these are vector layers, so I can get away with it because of the way it draws the line. Oh yes, the picture. This is... Yay, we got 2 viewers! Well, it says concurrent 1. I don't know, concurrent 2. It's giving me 2 different concurrent viewers. One says 2, one says 1. I don't know. I guess it's on 2. This is a character from the story. I think I was saying earlier, but the voice wasn't working properly. She was never supposed to be summoned to like this other world, but she ended up getting summoned by a comb-over cult, despite hating comb-overs, because she pushed the guy who was supposed to be summoned there out of the way. Yeah, and she loves surströmming, which is stinky tinned fish. because reasons. And this all came from my head. Nobody, no one invented anything of it apart from the name. I just nicked one of the names of ABBA. Because she fakes her identity, basically. And it's just all of it, like, where her hometown is and everything. She just nicks it all off, like, Agnetha from ABBA. So, yeah. Because no one's going to know. There's no ABBA in this world. So no one's actually going to know it's a completely faked identity. I can actually turn the hi-fi down a bit. It's very loud on my end. It shouldn't affect anything on how it streams, though, because it's a little volume toggle on the hi-fi itself. So, you know, it's past when the PC is feeding the audio. And are these going off? I don't know. You know, that's why I need this headband, this slide off. Yeah, this is just... I'm just going through R&B and soul. So, yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. It's like... It's just good passive background music, I find. It does sound like an acid trip. I'm not going to deny that, though. Come on, use the vector eraser, please. I think my eraser point, yeah, that's only 6. That's not going to do with a new canvas size. We're in the tens of thousands of pixels now. Oh dear. Yeah, there are a few errors, it looks like, in upsizing it. I'm going to have to try and tackle these. Thankfully, the line art is a different layer. We've got to go and draw some in here now. I mean, I know there's a way to control vector layers, which is arguably a lot better than what I'm doing, but this is just the way I like to work. So this would be like 75, I think. But I'm not going to use that size yet because I want it to kind of work. It's not an acid trip, it's all an illusion. Not the same thing though. There we go. Yes, I just damped out a piece of white that was on there. I mean, I do have a handy feature though, where this is set as a reference layer. And it will make it somewhat easier to colour. Oh, the acid trip is over. I wonder what's next. I really don't know. Oh dear, I messed that up. I do like this colour of hair. I mean, it was kind of a happy little accident. I never thought it would work in a way. But it did work. So I'm all the more grateful for it. That just doesn't quite look correct. Like, it curves upwards too much. I think that'll work. I mean, you'll see if I remove a character, wherever she is, you'll see there's a bit of awkward lines and stuff there, but no one's ever going to see it, you know? Thankfully, her design actually seems to have sized up quite well. I mean, the stabilisation in Ibis is awful, so that all had to just be redone by me, hence why it still looks a bit lumpy there. It's basically straight off my hand. Clip Studio has a much better stabilisation feature. Rightio. Gonna need to go to the colour layer. This is just more acid trip music. I don't know. So we're gonna go make the size bigger so that we can finish. Oh my goodness, that's not working for me. Yeah, this is a bit different at least. Don't feel like I've taken something I shouldn't have. Which apparently has lyrics though. I mean, it's on audio library, YouTube audio library, so it should be safe to play anyway, but... You see, this is where it gets easy. All I have to do is just this. I mean, I know the green overflows in certain places, but that doesn't matter because once I put the red over it, no one will ever know. I still want to play Tom Lara. I mean, Tom Lara is public domain, but I know full well that YouTube being YouTube will put ads on my video if I play that, even though he's put his music in public domain. So irritating that. Because I did it before and I think I got ads put on my video. I mean, I'm not doing it for the money at the moment. I'm just doing it because I want to stream. And I want to kind of share the experience of creating art. And you get to see it being created too, so, you know. I could do a writing stream, if it's of any interest to anyone. Because, you know, I enjoy writing. Although that would likely not be from this PC, but from the one over there with a mechanical keyboard, which is also my gaming keyboard. Gaming PC. It's a Razer mechanical keyboard I got for £15 from a charity shop, which I thought was pretty good. Because it is a mechanical keyboard, it's not a membrane. I mean, the funny thing is they were charging that for a membrane keyboard, which I would not pay for because you can get a new membrane for that money, but for a mechanical keyboard, that ain't too much of a price. I also have some ancient mechanical keyboards from like the mid-90s, some Dell OEM ones, and they are lovely. I'm not kidding, I just love them, but they're only PS2, so I can't use my USB switcher on them. Weapons of mass protection. Yes, use guns because the world is corrupt. Wait, so I need to, I think, kind of line this up if I can. First they also have to be on the white line art. That worked. Right, get the eyedropper. This colour is specific for LCD panels though, it's not black. It's 48, 48, 48 RGB, which was the point at which one of my weaker, let's say, LCD panels kind of fades into black. Oh, well, no, that was actually, sorry, 24, 24, 24, but I changed it even further because that allows me to go darker should I have to, but it still looks kind of like a black level. I mean, I can go to full 000 black, which would look amazing on an OLED, but I want this to still look good even when it's not on an OLED. This panel is a QLED, so it's pretty good, but it's not as good as an OLED. Unless a quantum dot OLED I have as a TV, that's amazing. Well, I say as a TV, I don't even use it as a TV because TV is just not good anymore. Both in terms of morality and in terms of morality and not using vector eraser on that background line art, so and in terms of quality, that was the term I was looking for. Why am I still on vector? Guess I'm gonna have to go with that because it's been on that all the time. Vector eraser is still on. Ratio. I do not know how long I've been going for, honestly. I think I need a brick like here. I'm gonna have to use something different. We're gonna have to use like whatever an appropriate size is, so 75. It'll give it some sense of depth, but it's like, I think that's going to be 150 there. Big sizes immediately. Maybe if I go with 10, or sorry, 100, because it's like 10 times the size it was. No, not 1,000. That's just a little too much. How mildly disappointing. I think that block's a bit too big. If it's supposed to be slightly in the background. Rightio, that doesn't seem to look as it should. Vector eraser, please work. If you don't work, I'll try and make it work manually. Like so. I think that works well enough. And I'm hitting my own ears. I would say Gunco, but that's like such an obvious name. I need something to call a company. I'm gonna need to save this. And why am I on vector eraser when that obviously is not working?
Save all my pixels, my child.
Okay, so this is going to be, I think, 75. There we go, yes. No, that's not quite correct. I said I have a key dial, and I just never seem to use it. It would help if I could remember my shortcuts. The futility of my memory knows no bounds. That I guess we'll have to do. It's not so far off. Now where there's like these soil piles and just not just soil, but like wubble. That's the term. I need to make the wubble actually like look bad and look like just a load of destroyed stuff. I could try and colour it, but the thing is, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea until I've got everything else detailed on here. I think I need like almost like bricks, but just kind of buried halfway. No, it needs to be 100. It keeps going with 1,000. I think I need another like fragment just to make it look as if it's actually a real problem. Not problem, There we go. Just kind of working. I mean, I know there's going to be a fine details. You'll see, I don't know the colour, so yeah, the colour does not quite work. I'll show you the, I'll show you that when I do this, it will see a little bit. It's just because the colour has been set up for a much, much lower resolution layer. But I have the colours chosen and everything. And that is not good. This needs to be corrected. Yeah, so that, you'll see, it's immediately a lot better, just with a little bit of colouring. I'm going to need a wooden beam, I think, going across here, just behind this one. Just make sure I've got the correct colour by picking it off that line. Is that too wide? I think it might be actually, yeah. Oh dear, I think I know what I've done. Yeah, it should be on 75, I don't know. There is a way to like cheese it and get the what do you call it? Line width correct. I'm gonna do that. Not yet, but I'm gonna do it. And that's not what I want to be on. Come on, please just do exactly what I want and don't give me any problems whatsoever. Is that too much to ask? Most likely so. Am I gonna keep trying to make you do my will anyway? Yes, I am. Okay, so we've got to do this. We've got to find the correct tool, I think. There we go. So that's a piece of wood there that just kind of comes out of the edge. I think it needs to be a bit more sloped though, because it just doesn't seem to quite work. Oh dear, what have I done? Vector eraser like this, then I'll try. That's working. I'm able to like just pick off the edge here. There we go. This is a bit dull now. I'm just doing all the dull parts, it seems. So, how long have I been going for now, I wonder? Almost an hour. Okay, I'll go on for a little longer. After all, the start, I was just spending so long sorting everything out, so... There's the camera. I keep looking up there though, because that's where OBS is. I might be able to try a better bitrate at some point, because right at this moment I have not done that, but still. I think it's looking okay, probably because of the kind of cartoonish anime type style, which obviously won't require as high bitrate as some really good quality live action football or whatever. Ooh, I just thought here that will be 150. Most chunky lines. And that is not where I go. I'm trying to draw a line with the eraser. Ah, that is so stupid of me. And I'm not sure how that happened, but I just went off my live streaming window instead of functioning as it's supposed to. It just decided, hey, you know what, I'm gonna just do whatever I want to do. Right, so I'm going to need to just add some like details that will make this appear as a wall would appear. Okay. I have heard this one before. Must have been on here a while, I don't know, on this playlist or whatever. Rightio, so it's time to do that, change to the colour layer. And then we will go and do some more drawing coloration stuff. I did need a wider line there to just fill it in. I can also try and get this on the other side actually while I'm around here. It does seem to have an easier job sorting out the gaps at the higher resolution than it did at the lower one, which is interesting. There we go. It just makes sense though, because that's kind of where the wall would be. But that's like just the base layer of bricks, which are still there. But still, the world has been destroyed, so, you know. It's essentially a war-torn world. We've got the machinery for making weapons still here. It's going to be all rusted and corroded, but it's still going to be present. I hope this is coming across as it's supposed to, though, like the overall aura of the kind of location. I think I do need another kind of mound of rubble, though. So, first off, I'm going to have to pick this colour off, and then I'm going to have to find what size it is. So I'll go 75. See if that is a match by the looks of it. I know what size I used. I know that much at least. So there we go. Again, I think I made that too tall though. I think it needs to be a bit flatter than it was. That should do the trick. And that's not gonna do the trick. Oop. It's flying off my head still. I think I'll be finishing it here then. I will hopefully return with some more to show for myself, but it is evolving over time. So let's just let this song finish. And I'll call that the end for today. So goodbye. Until another day.